Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are making kransekage, which is a Danish marzipan ring cake. Now this cake is traditionally eaten on New Year's Eve, or it can also be eaten on special occasions. Now this cake is super easy to make, needing only 3 ingredients: marzipan, sugar and egg whites. Now you want to be using marzipan that is at least 60% almonds, otherwise if it's got too much sugar it's gonna spread in the oven and become deformed. Now before you get started you want to preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you want to start by combining 100 grams of sugar. You can use a mix of 80 grams of white sugar and 20 grams of icing sugar if you do so wish. And then add in 1.5 egg whites. Or you can use 3 tablespoons. Or if it's easier, because getting egg whites into a spoon is pretty damn hard, around 45 mils of egg whites. And then give this a good whisk until the sugar has dissolved. Then you want to add your marzipan. I found it easier to chop my marzipan up into small cubes and then give a good mix until the egg whites are incorporated. Now you may want to use a spatula or a wooden spoon or something, as the sugar can be a bit abrasive on your hand when you're mixing it between the bowl and the back of your hand. Now once you're finished mixing, you should end up with a firm but sticky dough. Now you want to divide your dough into smaller lumps and start to roll your dough into a log. Now if it helps, you can either use water or powdered sugar to keep it from sticking to your hands, and this also makes it a bit easier to roll. Now you're aiming for logs that are around about 1 centimeter in diameter, and you only want to focus on rolling the thickest part of the logs or you'll end up with some really thin patches. Now you want to cut the pieces starting with the smallest ring, working towards the largest. That way if you run out of dough you still have a top. Now you can either find a stencil online and print it out and put it under your sheets, or you can just use a ruler to cut your logs into 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33 and 36 centimeters. Now that will be all down in the description below. Then you want to shape into rings. Now if you do have some leftover dough, you want to form a ball to use as a topper. Now you want to aim for the top of each ring to be slightly pointed, but this is not 100% necessary. This is just more for aesthetics, as traditionally they are triangle shaped bars. Once ready, place the rings in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Larger or thicker rings may need longer, but you just want them to be slightly golden brown. Then you want to let them cool. If your rings do start to crack, don't worry, because you will be using icing sugar and you can use this to hide any cracks. Now once the rings have cooled, you want to mix some icing sugar into some water and make it into a thick paste. Now at this point you probably may notice I don't really do this often, and I massively overestimated how much water I would need for this, so I ended up with quite a runny icing. And then you just want to drizzle the thick paste over your rings in a zigzag pattern. Then you want to leave the icing to set. Now optionally you can dip the base of each ring into melted chocolate and then let set before stacking. Then simply stack in size order and finally topping with the ball if you made one. And your marzipan tower is complete. Then simply slice the larger rings when ready to serve and enjoy. And there you have it, a kransekage, ready to bring in the new year. Now 2021 has not been the best of years for most people. Hopefully 2022 will be better. I want to thank everyone for the support over the past year. It has been absolutely amazing, and I want to wish you all a happy new year. As always, if you like what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content, and I will see you all again next year. Thanks for watching.